to DM Astrology. We are into the series of Taurus Ascendant, and yet we have reached to sixth house. Now we are entering into the seventh house. Seventh house, very important. It's for the partner, it's for the marriage life, it is your social life, it's your public appearance, and partners, and so many important things in the seventh house. Here, the seventh house again, it is. See, that's a Taurus ascendant. That's a uniqueness. You will be also finding many uniqueness in the another upcoming video also. But here, the two by two, one support this Lord support the Karaka, and Karaka is supporting to the sitting planet. Sitting planet is not where supporting to any other planet. So much different combination you will find here. So again, in the seventh house, it's a Taurus ascendant. What we find in the Taurus ascendant seventh house, the sign we find is a Scorpio sign. See, take it into the mind where the Scorpio sign is placed, that house shrink. That house shrink. Because out of 12 sign, Scorpio sign is a very small sign. Small why? Because it's that's animal given to the Taurus is also the Scorpio is also an insect, small insect like the Scorpio. That Scorpio it's a bichu in the bichu it is called in the Hindi. So it's a very small insect out of a 12 sign. The biggest sign and the sign of a symbolize it's a Leo, and small sign is a Scorpio. In the house in your chart where the Scorpio sign is placed, that house gives very small effect. Like a person of a Leo ascendant, he himself is a very big person, very name, fame, reputed person, but his heart, his feelings are very small. In the Hindi we call it चूहे जैसा दिल. So there are, I don't know what it's called in English, but it's called चूहे जैसा दिल. मतलब कि his heart is very small, like an insect. So here he is finding a Scorpio sign. In my marriage series, I given that the Taurus ascendant again is attraction for the opposite person. Venus is we call as a ghee, butter. Butter is not a right word, but it's a ghee. And Mars is a fire. So that fire always light up till you feed them a ghee. So all the butter when you feed, the diya will be, the deepak or the light will be lamped. So this is a combination of each others. They both attract each other for own luxury and comfort. And so here the Scorpio sign ruled by Mars and the ascendant is ruled by Venus. They both attract each other, not being an enemy, not being a friendly intimacy. That's a middle you can consider as both have a moderate relation, or you can say it's a relation of buy and take. They have a relationship of give and take. One require, another is supplying, another require, one is supporting. In my matchmaking video in my marriage series also I have given how to match Venus and Mars for seeing the loyalty of a partner. That's also not a secret, it's a open thing that one demand and another supply. So here it's also one demand and another is supply. Now the third force here enter. They both naturally are very much attract to each other, but here the third force is enter is a sun. Now being sun introduced here, Venus will not like to get along with the sun, but Mars being the lord of this house have a very much interest with the sun. They are close friends, both have a far nature. So sun being seated here as is in friendly house, the friendly house planet gives the 60% result. So 60% the sun is very much favorable with his friend, and due to his friendly house Venus, the sun is favorable. The person having sun in the seventh house in the Taurus ascendant will get a very good partner, It's dominating. It's okay. The person will be dominating, but always helping you. Always try to give you support and always walk with you in all situation. Is it not a great? So they are the person having a very good sun in the seventh house in the Taurus Ascendant. People also will recognize him. See, seventh house, as I told you, it's also a public appearance. The public, Jahir Jivan, it is in the Hindi called a public life. So their public life is also very attractive. People like them. People always try attract towards him, and they always support him and give the good response on against them. And so Sun being seated in seventh house, very good for the person, opposite person. You will find a very good person with the good soul, good hearted, and always try to help you. It will always show you your shortcomings and your lacuna. So it's very good that you are getting a person, either a life partner or a commercial partner. If you are selecting a person with the sun in the seventh house of Taurus Ascendant, they are the person, they always support you, and they at the time they might be criticize also you. They will always correct you, but they will always give you good support. So for marriage also it is very good. For social partnership or your commercial partnership also it is very good. The sun being in the seventh house gives a very good effect. So here that sun will be very good in the seventh house. Now talking this sun combinations, we have seen the sun with the Mars being a lord of this house. Now we are going in depth of the house. When we go in depth of the house, it will show that the sun is it has to connect either with the Jupiter or Venus. See, Venus is a karak for the female. It is for the male because male want a female pleasure. So for female pleasure, the Venus is a karaka. So for male, there's two karaka. Venus is a karaka of a female, being he is going to marry with the woman. And if male is marrying with the man, he has to see the Jupiter is a karaka. Female marrying with the female, that's LGBT, we know that's a lesbian, gay, and this. They also have to match. Now, viewers, you have to be very careful. In my marriage video, also, I have given transgender, all these things, how they are going to have a good sex life or the personal life. Trans LGBT, that's a lesbian, gay, transgender, and bisexual. This all where I have discussed in my marriage video. Person who has not seen, please see to it. My all video marriage series I have disclosed to the public at the free, and they can know the good knowledge and get the good support for their marriage life. So in that I mentioned that how you have to see the opposite partner. Here the Jupiter will go along good with the Sun. So those having a female, as I already told you, female will be always lucky in the sun in the seventh house. They will be always dominating their opposite partner. As sun being seated here, they have a very good relationship with the Jupiter. So male also get benefited. They will have a very good marriage life because Jupiter is a karak of marriage life, partnership, social life, your public appearance. All these things will be karaka of a Jupiter. So Jupiter will teach you how to behave in the public. So everywhere the Jupiter is nothing but our teacher, our guru. So Jupiter always teach in the seventh house that how you have to behave in the public life and how you have to be with your partner. So partner with the social means a wife, husband, spouse, or partner with the commercial means your business partner. How you have to behave. So sun in the seventh house and Karaka Jupiter goes along with very good. So they will be having very good relationship. So person having very good connection with their personal life, marriage life, social life, public appearance, and for female for the husband Karak also very good, and marriage life Karak also very good. As the Karak of a female pleasure we see here as a Venus. So Venus is not going along good with the sun. They both are considering each other the enemy. So what happened for male? If the male having sun in the seventh house, they will be not getting good pleasure the actual and the exact pleasure what they are seeking, what they actually want from the female, they will never able to express. They will be getting a good wife, good partner, good spouse, but could not get the right result, right pleasure from the female. Being Venus is not going along good with the sun, so their things they are seeing very good things, but when they actually utilize or actually get timing of a pleasure at the time of pleasure or personal life or the sexual life, they are not so satisfied. So they always think that it seems to be good, but it's not really giving them a pleasure. I hope you viewers can understand what the extent I can speak, because this is a public platform. We cannot cross our limits. So here you can understand that they are into the illusion that they are having a good partner, dominating partner, caring partner, but actually at the time of taking a pleasure from a woman, there are always some kind of a dissatisfaction there. It might be their expectation is high. It may be possible that their expectation is high, or otherwise really what they have thought and what they have actually undergo might be a different. So only the Karak Venus here is not so suitable. Venus also again the Lord of Ascendant, we don't forget it. So Venus position is should be seen. If it is in the 8th house, not good. If it is in the 7th house, again not good. If it is seated in the 5th house, right, then worse, being it's debilitated. Even though in 6th house it is a own sign, it is ascendant lord in the 6th, and 6th karaka seated 12 to it, so bhavat bhava is also not good. So ultimately the Venus will not give good result for their personal life. See, it's the same you can judge for the. See, Sun is not placed in the 7th house to Lord Krishna, but Lord Krishna was not so keen in their personal relationship. He has done so much love and spread so much love, affection, everything, but might be not satisfied with the internal pleasure. So here the public life will be very good, being Sun in the Jupiter go along with good. Social partnership will be very good. Commercial partnership will be very good. Even though the partner is dominating, it will be benefit to you. So ultimately it will give very good result. So that way also you will be benefited. So nothing to be lose except the expectation of a female pleasure. The person will be getting very good result. And being a child, being a fourth lord, being here is a fourth lord place kendra to each house, it will be also good for the pleasure. All kind of luxury comforts will be all branded and very good. So ultimately, the sun being seated in the 7th house, only the internal pleasure will not be enjoyed fully. Otherwise, it will be full-fledged, very good things, and public life, yes, appearance, everything will be fully enjoyable and fully grown. So here, the person will not be suffering anything as it is not good in the 6th house, but here in the 7th house it will be good. And I will be going to see in the next lesson how the sun will be there in the 8th house in the Taurus Ascendant. So till that time, I hope viewers got so much good information by with this video. Do share my videos. Do like my videos. Subscribe my channel DM Astrology if you have not yet subscribed. And for consultation, you can always call me in my email dmastrology1@gmail.com. So herewith we are completing this lesson here, and with your love and affection, again we'll meet in the next lesson. Okay, so till that time, just listen it, understand it, and digest it. Thank you, Vyas, for your love and affection. Thank you.